In any relationship, whether personal or professional, individuals inevitably influence one another, often in psychological ways. This influence can be positive, fostering growth and support, or negative, leading to emotional distress. However, there is a subtle yet critical distinction between influencing someone and exerting control over their mind. Psychological manipulation, often referred to as playing mind games, involves one person covertly attempting to shape another's decisions to align with their own agenda. This is done in such a way that the manipulated individual remains unaware of the control being exerted. Manipulators employ tactics that appear innocuous, but are designed to undermine autonomy, compelling the target to make choices against their will. This discussion outlines 9 key indicators to help identify when someone is engaging in psychological manipulation or mind games, enabling you to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Shifting blame. In healthy relationships, accountability is essential. However, manipulators habitually evade responsibility, deflecting blame onto others to avoid appearing at fault. They skillfully insist, "It's not my mistake, it's yours," creating confusion and self-doubt. When someone consistently refuses to acknowledge their errors, accuses you, and shifts responsibility, it places you in a defensive position, leading to mental turmoil. This is a clear sign of psychological manipulation, as it aims to destabilize your confidence and manipulate your perception. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a particularly insidious form of psychological control, where the manipulator causes you to question your own reality. They may deny events you are certain occurred, dismiss your recollections, or claim, "That's not what happened, you're mistaken." This tactic erodes your trust in your memory and judgment. If someone repeatedly invalidates your reality, questions your memory, or makes you doubt your observations, it's a definitive sign of mind games. To counter this, trust your perceptions, remain assertive, and maintain confidence in your truth. Silent treatment, stonewalling. Manipulators often weaponize silence, employing the silent treatment or stonewalling to exert control. By abruptly ceasing communication or withholding information, they create emotional confusion and insecurity. This power dynamic aims to weaken you, compelling you to conform to their desires to restore communication. For example, someone may engage with you only when it suits them, ignoring you otherwise, which disrupts open dialogue. Communication is the cornerstone of any relationship, and allowing silence to be used against you undermines this foundation. Recognizing this behavior is crucial, as it signals an attempt to manipulate through emotional withdrawal. Playing the victim. Manipulators frequently portray themselves as victims, regardless of the circumstances, to deflect blame and garner sympathy. By twisting narratives, they present themselves as innocent and wronged, making you feel guilty or responsible. This tactic creates a cycle of guilt and apology, where you're pressured to make amends for perceived wrongs. If someone consistently adopts a victim mindset, especially when they are clearly at fault, and shifts blame onto you, it's a manipulative strategy designed to control you emotionally. Question their intentions and recognize this as a sign of psychological games, excessive criticism, and belittling. To undermine your self-esteem, manipulators often resort to relentless criticism and belittling. They highlight perceived flaws, dismiss your achievements, and devalue your strengths, making you feel inadequate. This deliberate tactic aims to weaken your confidence, forcing you to seek their validation. For instance, constant remarks like, "Your approach is flawed," or "You're not doing this right," can erode your self-worth, leaving you vulnerable to control. This behavior is not only detrimental to your self-esteem, but also harmful to your mental health. If someone persistently devalues you, it's a clear indicator of manipulation, and protecting yourself by setting boundaries is essential. Exploiting kindness. Compassionate and empathetic individuals are particularly vulnerable to manipulation. Manipulators exploit kindness by portraying themselves as victims to elicit sympathy, then guilt-tripping you into compliance if you don't meet their demands. They may say, "You didn't care enough," leveraging your empathy to enforce their will. While kindness is a virtue, manipulators perceive it as a weakness to exploit. If someone repeatedly takes advantage of your generosity or compassion, making unreasonable demands, It's a sign they are playing mind games. Understand that not everyone deserves your kindness, and protect yourself by recognizing this manipulative tactic. Inconsistent behavior, hot and cold. Manipulators often alternate between warmth and aloofness, creating emotional instability. One moment, they may be overly friendly and supportive. The next, they act distant or indifferent, as if you're insignificant. This erratic behavior fosters uncertainty, compelling you to seek their approval by conforming to their preferences. If someone's behavior is consistently unpredictable, it's a sign of psychological manipulation designed to keep you off balance. Twisting words. Manipulators frequently distort your words to suit their agenda, claiming you said or did something you didn't. By misrepresenting your statements or adding falsehoods, they force you into a defensive stance, constantly explaining or clarifying your intentions. This tactic hinders honest communication, as you fear your words will be misconstrued. Their goal is to weaken your confidence and dominate conversations. If someone repeatedly twists your words or presents them out of context, it's a manipulative strategy to control you. Stay vigilant, stand by your truth, and avoid being drawn into their web of distortion. Conditional love and attention. Manipulators offer affection, care, or attention with strings attached, tying it to your compliance with their expectations. They may say, "If you do this, I'll be pleased," or "If you act this way, I'll care for you." This conditional approach contrasts with genuine relationships, which are rooted in mutual respect and unconditional support. By withdrawing warmth when you don't comply, they create a sense of inadequacy, pushing you to act against your will to regain their approval. This toxic dependency undermines your autonomy. If someone's care or affection is contingent on meeting their demands, it's a clear sign of manipulation. True love and respect are given freely without conditions. Recognizing these manipulative behaviors is the first step toward protecting yourself. Manipulators aim to control and weaken you through tactics like blame shifting, gaslighting, stonewalling, victim playing, criticism, exploiting kindness, inconsistent behavior, word twisting, and conditional affection. These behaviors can severely impact your mental and emotional health. To safeguard yourself, prioritize self-esteem, self-care, and self-respect. Set clear boundaries to limit the influence of these tactics and maintain control over your life and relationships. Healthy relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, and unconditional support. If you suspect someone is playing mind games, take proactive steps to protect your well-being and ensure your relationships remain under your control, not theirs. Subscribe, like, comment, and share to stay informed and support our content on mental health and relationships.